today I'm going to be making a somewhat of a single layer card using some distress inks now and some stenciling. I don't normally do single layer cards. I usually do cards that have a lot of layers to them and embellishments and things like that. So I have been kind of playing around before I started the video. As you can see, I've got ink on my hands. So anyway, we're just going to dive right in. Let me explain what I'm doing here. This is a 110-pound cardstock. When I do use a 110-pound cardstock, which is most of the time, with my base cards, I use my scoreboard, because it helps it fold better, because it's a pretty thick card there. Pretty thick card base. Alright, that's good. I like this side better. Alright, so we're going to save this. I'll put that right there. And I'm going to be using something oldie but a goodie. I've had these forever, to the point where the spray thing doesn't even work anymore. I went in and I cleaned it with hot water and everything. It just, nah. But that's okay, because I figured out another way of using them. This one is called Pumpkin Spice, and it's Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. Oldie but goodie, like I said. And I'm going to use one orange layer behind it. So let's go ahead and do the spraying first. This is just a lid from a Michael's container that I bought, and it seemed to work pretty well with the other cards that I did. So I don't really need a whole lot. I want you to shake it for, whoops, I don't need a whole lot, and then like half the bottle spills out. I wanted to shake it first because it has, you know, it's shimmery. All right, and then I'm gonna this is just a old toothbrush that I've had in my art supplies. I don't want to get it too wet, but I want to try to cover the whole thing. Let me just tap it down here. Notice I have my little plastic mat over my craft mat here, and I'm literally just going to flick as far apart as I can, as far away as I can, or until it starts working. This orange paint or glimmer mist on the base of this card. That should do it. All right, I'm going to get that out of the way because I always tend to stick my finger or something in it. And we're done with that, and I'm going to remove the plastic mat, and then we can finish up the card. All right, bye-bye. Let's do some stenciling. This is, I believe, a Martha Stewart stencil. Now, the way in the past, I bought a lot of stencils, and the way I organized them was I put them in a 3-ring binder in plastic sheets. And, oh wait, I see a little name here. Oh, I was right, Martha Stewart, yay me. So I didn't keep the name of the stencils. Not such a good idea. So I'm going to be using this one here, and I'm going to just angle it. Let me get my little pieces of Post-it tape off here. I needed this to cover up the flowers that were so close to it, because I didn't want to ink those too. I guess you could cut these out, but I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to bring it down to this corner, and I'll bring it up just a little bit. I don't want it slanting too much. Post-it tape doesn't stick to your paper. It's awesome. And then I'm just going to cover that area right there, because this is just all what I'm going to be inking. So this is covering up the leaf here. Let me move this over. All right, so the colors I'm going to be using is Distress Oxide Cracked Pistachio and Distress Oxide Spiced Marmalade. I'm going to be using some blending brushes. I'll go with this one first. I like the size of this one. I think I moved it. That's why I was stopping there for a minute. And I'm going to do the flowers. Now you notice when you first start to brush, the initial part is really dark. So I went with that and thought, oh, I'll just go ahead and darken up ones here and there, so it's giving it some dimension. And hopefully you can see it here when I'm all done. So I'm going to start here. And then I'll go down here, make this dark, and then just use the rest that's on the blending brush to finish it off. I think I might put a little bit here on this side here, maybe on that corner. Just make it a little bit darker. So pretty. Absolutely love the colors of these oxides. All right, so let's put this one back. And then I'll do my cracked pistachio for the leaves. And I picked this round guy. You don't have to do it round like that. You can just go like this. I just have a habit of doing that when I'm using my inks. And I'm going to go ahead and do like a first layer, and then I'm going to go back in and do some darkening. I have to admit, single layer cards or inking like this, they don't take as long. So what I'm doing here is, right now this is middle of April, and we are still avoiding the coronavirus. And my mom has asked me to make her some cards so that she can send them out to people. Typically she would take the assisted living van and go to like the 99-cent store, but I'm glad they're not letting him out. She's kind of sad about that. She likes getting out. Ooh, this is so pretty. All right. I wanted to wait to see what it looked like before I took it completely off. Oh, I love this. And with that orange background, that pumpkin tattered. Oh, let me hold it up so you guys can see it a little bit better. You can't really tell that it's sparkly, but it's there, I promise. All right, we're almost done with the card. I chose this stamp set here. I'm going to take this one off and put on the Get Well Soon one. It's the Hero Arts, and this is an oldie but goodie as well. Had it for a very long time. I've used it over and over and over again. And where's the Get Well? Here it is right here. Yeah, this is another one of my go-to stamp sets. I'm actually going to put this right down here. And I'll use my grid line on my Misty to help me straighten it up. I just wanted to get it in that general area. Okay, my Memento black ink. Stamp that. Looks like it's a good stamp, or whatever you want to call that. Push it down, and you have yourself a single double layer Get Well card. Let's put it together. I thought putting a real bright piece of orange behind it would help it pop a little bit more, or at least bring out that pretty spice marmalade color, that distress ink. All right, I just want to look at that. Yep, it's even. You know, I actually did all this work on a piece of that 110-pound cardstock, so you don't really need special paper. You don't need to have painter, watercolor paper or anything like that for any of these products. I would think that if you're actually going to be using water to, a brush or something, yeah, you probably want to use watercolor paint. I mean, paper. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. I haven't been sleeping well lately. Oh, this world. All right, that's it. That's simple, and she's going to like that. I think it turned out really great. All right, everybody, have a great day, and take care and be safe.